Don't mess with that kitty. I just want to give, I want Oda and her friends and stuff to know this is an example of how they do the suicide trolling, which is so, it's like comedic at this point because, and I just want to say that I don't think there's any kind of malware or spyware on this phone. It's something to do with my account, something. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But this is what I had done the other day because I keep all my pictures in a hidden folder. And I usually, lately, I haven't kept any in my unhidden, like just in my photos file. But sometimes I'll put just one photo in there to fuck with them. And this is how I know Oda because this is something similar that Oda did before. Let me show you. Okay, so like I'll leave that one photo. This is the screenshot of the TikTok I had left in my photo file. All the rest of my photos were hidden. It says deadly love triangle in Harris County, Texas. A love triangle shooting in Northwest Harris County. A man shot and injured his ex-boyfriend and then took his own life. So I was like trolling him about that, right? So that's the only photo I left in there. And so then if you look at Oda's comments, stop posting your dumb TikTok links, okay? TikTok, that was the only photo in my photo album, the only one. All the rest are in the hidden folder. Okay. And rotate, okay, then she goes to this one. The video coming list, scrolling down the streets tonight after dark in Central Time. Streets, Central Time. Like shit like that. It's just, it goes on and on. But that's how they do it. That's how, because they're so cowardly now that they have to, like, they're so worried. They want to do this. They want to commit crimes, but they don't want to pay the price for it. They don't want to get caught. They don't want to lose everything they have. So that's the way that's how I've like got them down. Like before they would so openly do it because they thought they were going to get away with it. Now I have beat them down so much they have to do it in so like covert ways like that. It's like, give me a break. So someone's accessing my iCloud account illegally. That's all there is to it. There's nothing on these devices, absolutely nothing. And that Linda was doing that back when I had that iPhone 11 Pro Max every time because I thought, well, let me turn off all the permissions because I've checked the phone for, all that stuff. It's an iPhone. But like I said before, they didn't know what I was doing on my phone until I forwarded my old iCloud to my new one. And then bam, they started suicide trolling me. So Linda, I get it. Oda, I get it. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to cry? Do you want me to what? What do you want me to do? Hi. Evidently, where'd it go? So what do you want to do, Linda? It doesn't what how am I supposed to get spooked that you're a weirdo obsessed stalker that can't take a loss? That thought you were gonna violate my family? Really? You thought you was gonna do that? You thought you was gonna spook me forever? Why is Brenda all of a sudden saying that um it's not Angelo before when she was trying to make me think it was Angelo? Then remember when they tried to make me think it was you, Linda? Like Bridget posting the spider. Let me find my other iPhone with some of my screenshots on there. There's some other things I wanted to prove. And if I'm gonna go on a thing, let me see if it's charged. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. Where? Oh, where? Here, there's a kitty cam while I look for this. Where did I put at all those phones. Got a whole drawer of phones. Here's some phones. Phones. Who's got a phone? Not that one. What the hell did I do with it? That's an Android phone. You don't think that's creepy, Linda, that you're fucking reading my shit? You don't think that's fucking creepy? I think it's really fucking creepy. Let's see. What in the hell did I do with it? Anyway, I'll charge him tomorrow because I need to go through this. Oh shit. I just broke the damn chain off there. Stop spamming. Where could I have put that phone? Now that's fucking with my head because I can't find that phone. Watch out, kitty. Where's that zipper thing at? Oh, watch out, kitty cats. Anyway, I'll find that phone tomorrow. It's here somewhere. Unless the hackers broke in and stole it. I did want to. Let's see. That's not right there by where you used to work, Alex. It's not like if you go down this road over here towards the end where there's like an industrial place. That's not one of the places you worked. You said that train gets you at least 4 times a week. That would be somewhere that you travel frequently, I would guess. And this isn't by over here where you live, like in that part. What was it, like the 5th Ward or something? I don't remember. That's been a while ago since I was on that hunt. What else is in here? Where's these? What's that? Where was that at? It's raining there. Let's see. Oh, that's where Mary was calling Angelo a hacker. Let's see. Because that's how I found it, Alex. It was those. Because when I looked on the Google Street, it was those that gave it away. Because they were identical. And the 2 tracks. That was a lawnmower there. That was a McDonald's. It's like all the puzzle pieces. That was a Burger King. That was the inside of it. That was the KFC. LOL. Let's see. That's kitty cat. Emilio, don't knock that over. I think that was where I found, yeah. Was it? Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, the side by side from the Google Street to there. Then over here somewhere. Yeah, because I remember I was looking for those. Then I was looking for that porch with that front on it. And that's the beef from Hebe. That was the air conditioning unit, I think. Yeah, because I was trying to see which Hebe that was. Guess I have to go back and look over that again. Yeah, because I was trying to zoom in on that barcode and all that. Important safety. Anyway, tomorrow I'll get um my phones. I have that other iPad, that iPad mini. I have the other Android. I have my super secret Android. I'll get all that and I'll put all those screenshots and I'll go down the line like a little PowerPoint presentation and say, this is the way, just like I did with Oda there. It's how they have to do it. Now, before they did it, when you see some of these other screenshots, the way they suicide troll me was way more in the open before I finally started standing up for myself. Now they have to do it so covertly that they've had to do it so covertly now they have to send like Hazel or like Oda or like to come try to like so they have to do it so covertly that I'm so stoned that I don't even really catch on to most of it. That's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of it. Nobody wants a gift card. Nobody wants some Domino's. Come on, give me something. RyanNeal134@gmail.com. Ryan Broxson, BROXSON @iCloud.com. Amazon gift card, Cash App, PayPal. Come on. It's completely anonymous. Make a fake email. Give me an email that's is good to email. The gift cards are universal. I can just email it back to an email, even if it's a junk email. It's just a code you put in Amazon, or you know how to use a gift card. So Linda, how do they know what's on my phone? How can someone, unless they work for like a government entity, how can they access anything about my phone or my text messages? And if it's someone that has some kind of access that works in that kind of field, then they're really fucking up their life, wouldn't you think, Linda? Putting like that kind of like risk. I mean, y'all have so much on the line too. That's your freedom. That's your livelihood. That's everything y'all have worked for. So evidently, you've really got someone helping you because there's that much on the line. There's that much at stake. Lindy's freedom is at stake. A few people's, Alex's identity is at stake. The crimes you committed, the people you involved. I honestly believe, I believe there's like levels of what some people know and what really, truly, truly happened. Like, I believe a lot of people probably know about JT coming over with the drone and maybe my first hacked cams, but there's like a level of invasiveness that's next level. And that's one thing I've always said is you can't get a as long as you're not as long as I'm being honest and telling the truth and I'm not doing anything illegal, I can outlast y'all. You can't get away with that kind of shit forever. People make mistakes, and y'all have made many a mistake, especially at the beginning, just like I did. The lady in South Florida that won't be named, she literally circled on. I got to get those screenshots, all get those phones and all that loaded tomorrow, so I can put it all on my laptop. I want to have everything backed up on my laptop. She literally circled on the metal thing out there and said, "This was what was over your septic tank. Like this is the piece." Like I had never said showed that. I had never said that. That's only knowledge you can have by someone coming around my home. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. So I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna chill. I'm glad you want to know everything about my life, Linda. I'm glad you're obsessed with me, just like that fugitive. You know, no one's gonna get away with violating my privacy. You did this. You did this. I believe they have a Discord. I believe they're doing something like that, but I believe that I believe there's some Cat Klein. I believe in her DMs, there's some kind of, there's enough to prove that JT come around here. There's enough to prove that I was being suicide trolled, that I was being trolled and that Lindy knew and that Alex was doing it. There's enough in Cat's and probably in Mama's Best to prove that, and that can bust everything else wide open. I've been consistent. All my videos are here on this channel. I've been consistent about what happened to me over 960 days. My story hasn't changed when it comes to that. My friend knows it. My family knows it. Everybody knows that much. Things, my pictures, there's too many people that know at the beginning. So Linda spooking me by knowing I put that there for y'all. Like that's like reverse Uno trolling, Linda. You're trolling me, trying to spook me about what's on my phone, and I'm fucking trolling you about you looking at what's on my phone. So how about that? I don't care because I don't do anything bad. Mom knows, you know? I'm gonna be able to get that lawyer now in a few days, Linda. I'm telling you, you messed up when it come to my grandma. I don't know how else to tell you that. That's it. They ain't making money. Listen, funny on the footage from my cams. I believe they, I don't know what to think, but I know that in the beginning, those cams, when I got these Wise cams, there was a good span of time where I didn't have two-factor authentication on. And sometimes I would upload that password up to my iCloud chain thing, whatever. Anyway, and then at grandma's for the first couple months there, I was so whacked out of my mind and I didn't understand all that hacking because I was so dead set that there was some kind of spyware on the device itself. I was fixated on that and I had just focused on that instead of looking at the bigger picture like, look, someone can access your account outside of having anything on your phone. So I had to learn, I learn as I go. So I now have they on these ones because I remember even let me tell you this I got up this is how like they suicide troll me. Here's another example with Brian K. We already know Barbie was over there with an altered picture of me, on his chin. It's a little Barbie can lie and say I'm crazy, but I've got the screenshots. That was your account. It says Barbie girl. You're on Brian K's, where he said free AIDS, kind of a coincidence that I have AIDS, and he's talking about free AIDS. And then you come up there with a picture of me that's altered with a hat to make me look like a girl on his channel on your account. So you can't say I'm crazy. You can't say you wasn't trolling me, and you can't say you didn't know. So what, Barbie? What? I've got the upper hand on this. I'm sorry. Y'all shouldn't have fucked with my family. You shouldn't have invaded my privacy like that. That's all I can tell you. No matter if I go to jail, I still have the upper hand because the truth's going to come out. I mean, there's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. I want that bitch. I want to be outside of her home across the street live on a cam, and I'm going to do it. The world's going to know where she lives. That's the price. That's a minimum. The minimum cost of what y'all did to me. It's not in my DNA, it's not in my structure, it's not in my makeup to let something like that go. Because you see what it does to me. I can't function. I can't go on until this is resolved. I know when I'm a victim and I know when I'm not. And I was victimized in this, and my family was victimized, and my friend was victimized. Our privacy was stolen with the help of an identity thief. That's on y'all. How stupid can you be to commit crimes and involve a fucking identity thief and tell a bunch of people some sort of what's going on? I remember all those people that I'd go to their channel and like that one troll account that was Nick's. What was that account? I can't remember. I've got the screenshots of it. And as soon as I went to that one lady, she's like, "Okay, now I got the screenshots," and they started trolling me. So too many people know that I was hacked to some extent that my passwords were gotten. Now, who did that? There's only so many people that can do something. No one did that to Lindy all those years. So it's someone with some connections. And Angela wanted me to think it was him. Well, I would love to see him. The email is ryanneal134@gmail.com. I would love to see any videos, be they police cams so I can narrow down who got them, be they videos from around my home or cameras on my home or from my pictures from my devices. I would love them and I will greatly reward you in any way you request. I sure will. Which one? Argue with my mom? Let me tell you something about my mom. I love her dearly, and she is a senior citizen, and I will care for her until it's time to put her in a nursing home. No, I'm just kidding. Mom's got some vindictiveness in her. In the time when the police come over here, that she called them on me, she got called out at the end because they realized what she was doing. So once again, I was vindicated in those police cam videos. Now, the time that they come up here when y'all had called on me for being manic, I was manic and I did seem a little cuckoo because I was like, fugitive felon, hacked, blah, blah, blah. But that's when I decided I need to get on all my medicine. I can't make people have me looking crazy when I'm not crazy. I take all my medicine now. I'm very sane. I'm very normal. I'm very calm. I'm very collected. My cats don't eat peanut butter. That's so gross. Go away. That's nasty. Don't talk about my little kitties like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go, I guess. Get down off my headboard. Come on, Calico Kitty. Get down. You're gonna mess it up. You're gonna scratch that faux leather. Come on, get down, Calico Kitty. Get down, girl. Go. Go. I ain't playing with you now. Come on. Bye. Go get in that basket and go to sleep. So, Linda, what do you want to do about this? I just want to know who was 100% behind it. Who was I'm telling you, I'm never going to move on. If I was to go to prison for something, when I get out, I'm just going to start up again where I left off. That's how dedicated I am. I want to know who told Bridget about the flowers. Since y'all know how to, evidently you have someone with connections that can see what kind of pictures are on an iPhone through just having their iCloud account. You knew either it was that about the flowers because Jerry had taken that picture of the flowers he had put on her dining room table. And then the Reese's peanut butter cups, I didn't tell my friend Christy that, not even maybe over the phone, but not in text or anything, or not through Messenger. And Bridget had posted that. So and at that time, those Wise cams weren't on two-factor authentication at Grandma's house because I didn't think, you know what I mean? I regret ever bringing those cameras over there. I regret it. I thought I was doing a good thing to keep weirdos away from her home. I didn't understand that I was just inviting the weirdos in, that I was just giving them the key, right in the door. That was my grandma. She was dying over there. And you decided that you were going to troll me about that. So there you go. I trolled Bridget about with an account of her mother's name for like 3 times. Like at the end, after I'd already been suicide trolled and all that bullshit towards the very end. And so she deserved for that to know what's going on in my dying grandmother's house. Well, you know what, Cappuccino? I have got very far in 1,000 days. I sure have. I sure have. And see, that's I remember even what was that lady? She had the pirate. That's why I go back to the pirate ship, Cappuccino. I always go back to the pirate ship because I remember over there at Mark's. I can't remember that lady's name. She fights with that gay bounty hunter looking guy that's always in nice cars or stolen cars or whatever. And she had an eye patch, like the pirate eye patch on her avatar. So I'm telling you, if JT had that kind of connections, he would have did that to Lindy back a long time ago. That's why I believe JT is capable of driving over here, like I'm sure he did, to get a little gander with his little Amazon drone. But it changed then. It got weird then. And Stewie told me I have those DMs. He said, I clicked a link. Oh, where's my glasses? How's that? Nobody has went to jail and you've not found anyone. Is this some sort of Charlie Sheen winning thing? I have so many screenshots. I have so many coincidences. I have fucking Angelo 2 different times with his avatar is what I was wearing that day. 2 separate times. I have him saying that he worked for the CIA, whatever. Da, da, da. I have all that. I have it all. And I think Kat's DMs is just enough because I'm sure Kat knew I was being suicide trolled. I'm sure Kat seen pictures of my home that JT sent, and that will be enough to prove. But it will. It will. How can it not? If in Kat's DMs there was evidence, a picture of my house, a picture from around my house, a picture from a cam, that's all the evidence I need. What else how else would that not be proof? And if there's conversations in there stating that Stewie was suicide trolling me and that Lindy was helping, I remember Lindy flew a fit. Remember back then, like when Kat was like gonna do something and then she didn't. I think she was kind of threatening Lindy. I don't know, but I will. But I'm gonna have Kat's DMs. I'm getting a lawyer after the 16th. I'm gonna be able to. Mom said I can put a retainer down if that's what it's gonna take to help me move on from this. And if I have to do something in Tennessee to get arrested, then I will, or here or wherever, so I can say, look, get me these DMs, and that's come on now, come on. I know, but for one, I've only had the financial means to do anything the last couple months. And I decided to make sure my mom's room's nice and to make sure her house is fixed up a little bit. And then I can focus on me and my wants and needs. And one of those needs is to put some money down on a lawyer and see what my options are and see what I got to do. If the only way is through a criminal case, then I will do whatever I have to do. No one's going to violate my grandmother and get away with it. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and argue my case at 1:46 in the morning. I know what happened to me. I know what they did to me, and I knew what they continue to try to do to me, but they have to do it so covertly that I can't even pick up on it. So that is a win in my book. So have a great night, Cappuccino. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. We will see about that. I don't think they did, and I don't think they will. And you know what? Even if they do, you know what? Lindy ain't going to get away with it because the world's going to know where a wanted fugitive catfish lives, and they're going to see it with their own eyeballs live on video. So that is a win regardless if the rest of the creepy crew doesn't get in trouble. Everybody's secrets have been exposed. Everybody knows to some extent what happened to me, who was involved, everything. That's a fear they have to live with. Could today be the day that someone drops a dime on them, that someone's pissed enough at them, that someone's had enough beers in their garage and is mad at someone that they just send that email that gives me exactly what I need to have them locked up and the key thrown away? Well, you know what? It's my time now, Cappuccino. I told you 2025 is my year, and I'm going to prove it. If I don't prove it, I'm at least going to expose a fugitive felon. I sure am, and the world's going to know with their eyes where she lives forever. So have a good night, Cappuccino, and I will see y'all whenever I see y'all. I'm gonna plan that trip starting Monday. Vroom, vroom, motherfuckers.